is a brave or experienced soldier or fighter. Okay, so for us, for everybody listening to this, right, we are a brave or experienced fighter, right? Every day it's a challenge for us, right? Every day we wake up, we have a challenge in front of us, which is life. So every day we must fight to become the best version of ourselves. We must fight, okay, to figure out who we can become. Okay, so that's why every single person that is listening to this, I want you to understand that you are a warrior. You are someone who is brave and experienced and ready to go out there and fight life head on so you can get to where you want to go, right? But there's a very, very important word in the definition of warrior, right? And that word is brave. Now I want to break down what brave is. Okay, brave is ready to face and endure danger or pain and showing courage. Okay, when you're brave, that means that you are ready to face and endure danger or pain. So that means that you're willing to do whatever it takes. You're willing to step out of your comfort zone. You're willing to put yourself in very uncomfortable situations that could potentially cause you pain. But the beautiful thing about that is, guys, is that in those situations is where you grow the most. Because remember, guys, you can't grow without a challenge. So that's what a warrior is. Okay. And you're listening to this podcast today as the warrior in your heart. Every single one of you guys listening to this podcast episode right now, I want you to know that you are a warrior. You are brave and you're willing to go out there and fight to be the best version of you. You're willing to go out there and fight for the freedom of your family, for the freedom of your community. You're willing to fight for that peace of mind and that enlightenment that we are all striving for. And most importantly, you are fighting to become that best version of you. So I'm going to break down the realizations that every single warrior has. But before I do so, okay, I want to tell you guys a story. Okay. And the story is so powerful because there was a mentor and a mentee in the story. And I want all of you guys to picture yourself as a mentee. Every single one of you right now, you guys are mentees. And let's say, for example, I am your mentor. Okay. So stay with me here. You're my mentee and I'm the mentor. Now, the mentee comes to the mentor and they're struggling with life. Things are hard for them right now. They can't seem to figure it out in business. Things are not going their way. They're losing money. Everybody you talk to is saying no to your business. Your parents aren't supporting you. Your significant other isn't supporting you. You're just struggling right now with life, with business, in all areas of your life. You can't seem to catch a break. Okay. And you're a mentee, right? Now you come to the mentor and you come to me complaining. Okay. And you're letting me know, Nano, I can't seem to figure this out. I'm struggling in life. I can't seem to get my bills paid. I'm working check to check. My finances suck. My relationship is not where I want it to be at. I haven't been waking up on time. My habits are not where I want them to be. You're literally coming up to me and you're complaining to me as a mentee. And as a mentor, I'm just sitting there and I'm just listening. And I'm just listening. And I'm listening to everything that you're saying. And I know that for some of you listening to this podcast right now, right? This might be you. You might be struggling in your business right now. You might not be where you want to be at right now. So I want you to pay attention to this. This is a very, very important story. So what the mentor does, right, is the mentor makes a decision that he wants to teach him a lesson. So I ask you, all right, I understand that you're going through these struggles, but I want you to meet me tomorrow at 5 a.m. at this location. We're going to go on a hike. And at the top of the hike, I have a surprise for you. Okay. So I want you to meet me tomorrow at 5 a.m. Okay. And we're going to go on a hike. And at the top of the hike, I'm going to have a surprise for you. So you show up next day. Okay. 5 a.m. and we go on a hike. And this hike is about 3 hours long. And, we're taking the hike and we started and we're walking. And the whole time you're excited. You showed up excited, right? Because you couldn't wait to see what was the surprise that I had for you at the top of the hike. And you continue, and we're walking up, and we're climbing, and we're talking, and you're just telling me how excited you are about getting to the top. And it's been a while since you last hiked, and you're just filled with anticipation. You're looking forward to getting to the top so you can see the view, so you can get your gift. And you're like a little kid, the day before Christmas. You just know that at 12 o'clock at midnight you're going to be able to open your gifts, right? You're just so excited to see what's at the top of the mountain. So we're hiking, and we're going, and we're going, and we get to the top. We're almost there. We get to the top, and you're tired, and you're like, man, this was worth it. This was worth it. I'm so tired, but I can't believe that we made it to the top. This feels so amazing. And we finally get to the top, and the view is gorgeous. Everything is just so breathtaking, honestly. And you're sitting there, and you could tell that you're like looking around, like, all right, like, where's my gift and where's my surprise? And I'm just standing there quietly, just kind of enjoying the view, being present in the moment. And you ask me, like, hey, hey, Nano, like, where's my surprise? We made it to the top. And I'm like, this is your surprise, right? And you're like, what, the view? And I'm like, yeah, the view is your surprise, but just being here right now is your surprise, right? And you're like, are you serious? And I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. That right there on the floor is your surprise. Look to the bottom right of your foot. And I point at a rock. Okay, but there's something to the story. Stay with me here. I point at a rock. That's your surprise. And you're like, are you joking right now? Like, you telling me you made me wake up at 5 a.m. and hike 2 hours to the top of this mountain for you to give me a rock as a gift? You're pissed off at this moment. You can't believe that I just did this to you. You're like, almost, you're livid. You're like, I can't believe you would do this to me. Like, what kind of joke is this? Like, I'm over here telling you to mentor me, to guide me. I'm telling you how I'm struggling with life. And you want to bring me to the top of this mountain to give me a rock? What kind of mentor are you? Those were your exact words to me. And then I teach you one of the most important lessons in your whole entire life. I want you guys to write this down if you're listening to this, okay? I said, relax. Here's the lesson. Here's the gift. Understand this. The journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination. I'm going to repeat that one more time. The journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination. You see, when you were on your way to the top over here, you were excited about getting to the top of the mountain. You were laughing with me. You were happy, excited. You couldn't wait to get here. You were so happy to get to the top of the mountain on the way here. You were so happy on your way to this incredible view right here. So you got here, and you noticed that it wasn't what it was supposed to be, and now you're not happy. You see, the thing is that you got to understand that this relates with your life and what you're going through right now. Yes, you're struggling in life. Yes, things might not be the way you want them to. But remember, it's the journey that brings happiness, not the destination. You should be waking up every day happy that you're going through challenges. You should be happy that you're struggling and that things are not going the way that you want them to. You know why? Because this is what's going to make you better. This is what's going to make you the person that you've been asking to be. You understand that anyone that asks for anything, they must be challenged so that they can become the person that is deserving of receiving what they ask for. And the only way you can do that is by growing. But how can you grow? By being challenged. Remember, guys, without a challenge, you can't grow. So you got to find happiness every day in the day-to-day work that you got to do. You got to find happiness in the struggles. You got to find happiness in the lessons. You got to find happiness in the criticism that you're going to get from your family and friends. Don't allow yourself to be brought down by the journey. Because if you're waiting to get to the destination to be happy, then you'll never be happy. What if you never get there? A lot of people, I hear them say, hey, I'll be happy when I make $1 million. I'll be happy when I get to the top. No, you got to be happy now in order for you to attract the top, in order for you to attract the 7 figures. Okay, family? So that was one of the biggest lessons I learned from a warrior, is that A warrior understands that the journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination, guys. So I want you guys to remember that. Let that sink deep into your mind. It's probably one of the most valuable lessons that you will ever learn in life. I can guarantee you that. Because too many people are looking for happiness outward. Remember, happiness comes within. You have to be happy with the journey that you're on if you want to get to where you want to go. Because understand the feeling is the secret. What we want vibrates at a high level. Being sad, being depressed, being stressed.
All right, guys, let's get started with today's training. There we are. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited to be on this call with each and every single one of you guys. If everybody can hear me and see me good, can I get some 111s in the chat? If everybody can hear me and see me good, I hope you guys were enjoying the amazing episode that I was actually enjoying myself listening to it. I love that story so much about the warrior. If you guys are ever looking for a good movie to watch, you can actually watch that movie on YouTube. It's called Peaceful Warrior. Phenomenal, phenomenal movie. Uh, just a great movie for you to watch. And I'm just so excited to be back. Just spent a couple of days out in El Salvador. El Salvador was phenomenal, guys. I cannot wait. I don't know if you guys saw my story, but if you didn't, you missed out, because let me tell you, El Salvador was an absolute movie. I loved it so much. I learned so much about the culture, the people, and just everything, honestly. I don't know if you guys know, but El Salvador was in 2020 the most dangerous country in the world. I don't know if you guys know that. It was literally the most dangerous country in the world a couple of years ago. And today it is one of the safest countries in the world. In 2024, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't record not one murder or not one death from crimes, which is absolutely amazing. So they fixed the whole entire country now. Tourism is at an all-time high. And a lot of people are finally realizing how beautiful of a country El Salvador is. A lot of people ask me, why El Salvador to host your retreat? And, I just did a lot of my research, and, I realized that in 2024, El Salvador, especially where I'm going, it was featured in New York Times as the 52 best places to visit in the world. And they have this new retreat center, which is amazing. It's called Misata, however you want to say it. And it's on the ocean. It's on the coast, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just beautiful what's happening over there. I got a chance to get connected with some phenomenal people, and I'm just grateful that I was able to just go out and visit it, learn from it a little bit more, educate myself on the culture. I got a chance to spend some time with some locals, and I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I met the owner of the property at the pool, which was, the coconut water was incredible. I met the owner of the property at the pool. I'm talking to a guy. We had related because he was watching the Yankees game at the time, and I had asked him, "Yo, who's winning?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the Yankees are winning." He was like, "F the Yankees," and I'm like, "What you mean, bro? I thought why you watching the Yankees?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a Boston fan." And I'm like, "Oh, of course, you're a Boston fan. That's the only reason you would say that." But we were chopping it up, and he heard, and I had told him like, "Yeah, bro, I'm here. I'm gonna be hosting a retreat next month here, and I'm just here visiting it for the first time." And the owner of the property is right there, sitting with his girl at the time, and he hears me, and he's like, "Oh, you're hosting a retreat here next month?" And he introduces himself, and I'm just thinking he's introducing himself, but next thing you know, he's the owner of the property. We ended up hitting it off, and great guy. We end up finding out that he's reading the same book as me, which is super cool. He journals just like me. He's all about all that stuff. So it was just absolutely beautiful to just have the experience. I cannot wait for the guests that I have coming out next month to experience this. I literally have nothing negative to say about that property. Like, it was just absolutely incredible. Yeah, the synchronicity is insane, right? You meet the owner of the property, and everybody, is gonna come and just and you know what? I even got a chance to chop it up with him. He may be able to come say a couple words to all the amazing guests that are coming out to the property as well. So I'm looking forward to it. You guys are in for a treat. I know my Susan is coming out as well. So you're gonna have an amazing time, Susan. Susan is also, I'm pretty sure, El Salvadorian as well. So this is going to be a great experience for you, sis. I'm so glad that you're coming out. Thank you so much for investing into the vision. You're going to have an amazing time overall. We're going to spend some time on the resort. But one thing I did realize, half El Salvadorian, half Brazilian. And one thing I did realize is that spending time outside of the resort is just as fun as spending time in the resort. So great time. And I'm just looking forward to it. And I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in. Isabel is here. I'll see you next month as well, my sis. Thank you so much for believing in the vision. We have some great people. We have a good group of people coming out to the retreat. I'm really looking forward to it. The food was incredible. It was amazing. I literally cannot wait for you guys to come out for real. But let's get into today's training. Today's training is going to be a really good one. This is going to be one of those. I want to take a pupusa making class. Dude, honestly, Susan, I have never ate so many pupusas in my life. Like, pupusas was my meal, like, every day, like twice a day, sometimes even 3 times a day. Like, I just loved them so much. They were so good. I think I ate too many, to be real, but they were awesome. I'm grateful. Okay, guys, so let's get into today's training, right? I wish I could fill you guys in and just talk about the trip, but I got a big training for us today, right? And I wanted to talk about this training because this training has been on my heart a lot lately. And recently, I've been reading a lot about reprogramming of the subconscious mind because one thing for me is I felt like I was able to reprogram my subconscious mind to get myself to a 6-figure level, but I felt like I stopped, and I felt like I didn't do enough work to get myself to a 7-figure level. And I've been working on the reprogramming of my subconscious mind to get myself to that next level in life, right? And a mistake that I made, and I'm going to tell you guys this right here, is that I felt like I stopped once I got to the 6-figure level. Right. I felt like I didn't do it as intentionally as I was supposed to be doing it to continue to grow. Right. It was like I got there and I stopped doing what got me there. And now, obviously, over the last couple of weeks and months, I've been working on this subconscious programming, and it's been working a lot again. And I want to teach you guys this because I think it's important that you guys understand how important the reprogramming of your subconscious mind is and exactly how to do it. Now, this is one of those trainings that you're going to want to listen to over and over and over again. This is also going to be one of those trainings that you're going to want to take notes on as well. This is going to be a high note-taking lesson that I'm going to teach you guys here today. So if you guys are ready to take notes, if you guys are ready to listen intentionally, put a 222 in the chat. This is going to be a phenomenal call, and I cannot wait for you guys to listen to this because it's going to get really powerful here very soon. All right. So let's talk about your subconscious mind and why it matters first. Before I give you guys the steps on how to reprogram the subconscious mind, let's talk about what is the subconscious mind and why it matters. All right. Because I think it's important that I help you guys understand this first. Because a lot of people hear the term subconscious mind, but a lot of people don't really know what it is. Okay. So let me explain the first part of this, right? I want you guys to understand, number one, is that there's 2 parts of your mind. All right. There's 2 parts. All right. There's the conscious mind and there's the subconscious mind. All right. There's 2 parts of your mind, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is your thinking mind. Is the one that analyzes, is the one that chooses, it plans, it reasons, and it helps you make decisions. All right. It's the part that's listening right now and nodding along saying, okay, I understand this, right? You're right now, you're listening to this, and your subconscious mind is analyzing, is reasoning, is like, okay, I got that, Nano. That is your conscious mind, your thinking mind. All right. Your subconscious mind is the emotional mind. This is the part that runs the program. It doesn't think, it doesn't reason. It simply accepts whatever is impressed upon it through the repetition and the emotion. All right, let me repeat that. Your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. This is the part that runs the program. It doesn't think, it doesn't reason. It just simply accepts whatever is impressed upon it over time through repetition and emotion. All right, this is very simple stuff. All right, so I want you to think about it like this. All right, think of it like this. Think of a garden. Let me break this down even more simple for everybody to understand. Think of a garden, right? Your conscious mind is the gardener. It chooses what seeds to plant. Your subconscious mind is the soil. It doesn't care what you plant. It will grow whatever it is that you decide to plant in your mind. So if you grow weeds, it'll grow weeds. If you grow flowers, it'll grow flowers, right? So the way I want you to think about this, think of it just like that, a gardener and soil. We are the gardeners, all right? Our conscious mind are the gardeners. The subconscious mind is the soil, right? Because remember, the subconscious mind is the emotional mind, right? It doesn't think, it doesn't reason. So it doesn't care what you plant. Whatever you plant will grow. I need you to understand this. This is so important what I'm sharing with you guys right now. If you can understand what I teach you guys today, your life will shift this year before the end of the year. If you can understand this. All right. So remember, your conscious mind is the thinking mind. It also represents the gardener, which is you. The subconscious mind is the emotional mind. All right. Which is represented as the soil. It doesn't care what you plant. If you plant a negative seed, guess what? You will have negative things in your life. If you plant positive seeds, you would have positive things in your life. And believe it or not, whatever you plant is what you will receive. So when things happen in your life, I want you to understand this. When things happen in your life, majority of the time, you are at fault and you are responsible for everything that is happening in your life, because at some point, whether it was a week ago, a month ago, or a couple months ago, you planted a seed that is now sprouting and that is now growing in your life. And that is the reason why you're going through the challenges and the obstacles that are happening in your life. It is a result of the seeds that you planted. That's how it works, right? It goes back to the law of cause and effect. So we got to understand the two parts of the mind. All right. So put a 2 in the chat if this makes sense so far. If this is making sense so far when it comes to the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the thinking mind. The subconscious mind is the emotional mind. The conscious mind is the gardener. The subconscious mind is the soil. Very easy. Now let's explain. Let's go even deeper now, because I want you guys to understand exactly also the law of sowing and reaping. Exactly. So why does the subconscious mind run the show? All right. Well, here's the shocking numbers. 95 to 98% of your daily behavior comes from your subconscious mind. Listen to those numbers and write them down. 95% to 98% of your daily behavior comes from your subconscious mind. All right. That means that most of what you think, you feel, you say, and do is not a conscious choice. It's an automatic replay of old beliefs, habits, and emotional patterns that have been programmed in you since you were born by parents, schools, friends, society, and just the repetition of it. But like this is when I started to understand these things, it was like mind blowing to hear these things, because it was like, sheesh, bro. I mean, think about going back. Keep it simple. Think about the soil, the subconscious mind. Whatever you plant is what's gonna grow. So think about what's been planted in our subconscious mind since we were born. Think about the words. Think about the limiting beliefs. Think about society, the traumas, the experiences, the heartbreaks, etc., etc., etc. Think about everything that's been planted in your soul, whether it was conscious or unconsciously, it was planted. I need you to understand this. This is going to get deep here very quick. Think about all the things that your parents told you. Think about all the things that you listen to on the TV, the music you listen to. Think about school, teachers, boyfriends, girlfriends, close friends, family. Think about all of that you've experienced all those years. All those things have been planted in your soil. I need you to understand this. Also, our own thinking has planted seeds in those soils. All right. So this gets a lot deeper than a lot of us could ever understand. The subconscious mind is literally the soil that has been. This is why they say be careful from kids. From the moment a kid is born, you got to be careful. From the moment of, I forgot what it's called, from the moment it's in the womb, even from there, you got to start being careful to what you're listening to, the music, the things that you speak, the things that you eat, everything. Because subconscious programming is everything. All right. Think about it. The way you drive your car, the way you brush your teeth, the walk, even everything is all subconsciously. A lot of us, when we driving our car, you don't know this, but a lot of us, we're driving that car subconsciously. We don't think about brushing our teeth. That all happens subconsciously. We don't think about walking. We're not sitting there and we're like, okay, right, left, right, left. We don't, that all happens subconsciously. It happens automatically. All right. Some of us, I don't know if you guys know this, but you don't decide to doubt yourself or procrastinate or even overthink. A lot of that happens subconsciously. Some of it happens because of not just you, but generational. You that was passed down to you by a parent, by a father, a mother, etc. They maybe doubted themselves. They maybe procrastinated. They maybe were overthinking. All of these things that we have today and we experience today are all subconscious programming. So if you think about it, you got to sit down, guys, and you got to analyze your life. This is big what I'm talking to you guys right now. 95% to 98% of our daily behavior comes from our subconscious mind. So important. Why you think it's so hard for people to break their old version? Why you think it's so hard for people to be successful and go out there and accomplish the things that they want in life? It's because of that. All right. I know so many people that have quit in my business, not because they couldn't do my business. It's because their subconscious mind couldn't let them. It didn't let them. Their subconscious programming was so deeply engraved that they believed that they couldn't. They couldn't build a business. They couldn't do sales. They couldn't trade. They couldn't do these things. Friends, family. Years of bad programming. Okay? So you got to remember the subconscious mind runs the show. Now, here's another thing about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't know the truth from false. Remember, your subconscious mind is the soil. It doesn't matter what you plant. You could plant anything in that mind, in that soil, and it's going to make it grow. There's no reason here. There's no thinking here. It's what you get. You get what you plant. And if you know people, this is why, when people come to me and they talk to me about what's going on in their lives, I always think, man, if only you knew that you planted that seed months or years ago, and now you're seeing the result of it. Now you're seeing the result of it. The subconscious mind doesn't know what's different, doesn't know the difference between what's real or what's imagined. It accepts whatever you give it repeatedly. It's like John said in the chat, you become what you think about most of the time. All right. Why do you think people visualize? Why do you think people do affirmations, emotional repetition work, all of this stuff? It's because of that. Because what you think about, you become. Why do you think I'm so big on morning routines? You think I just tell you guys to do your morning routines because it's cool or to just post it on social media? No, it's not because of that. I do it because I'm teaching you guys the importance of not just being disciplined, but the importance of reprogramming your mind. Think about it. If you wake up and you do the things that I've told you guys so many times to do, which is wake up, pray, practice gratitude, read good books, listen to good audios, get in the gym, write your goals down, all these things. If you guys were actually doing this, whether you like it or not, it's the repetition. Remember, write this down. Raindrops create oceans. A lot of us, we want the ocean, but we got to remember that it takes raindrops to create a whole ocean. So yes, it's boring every day, the raindrop. It's every day though. It's every day. And some of us are dry. Some of us have gone through dry seasons because we don't want to take the time to work on ourselves, not understanding that this is the most important part. Money, success, everything that you want in life is going to come as a result of you changing your subconscious mind. Because here's what happens to people, right? This is why it's so important to change. Because write this down. You will never rise above your subconscious program. You will never rise above it. If you decide to not change and work on it, you will never rise above it. This is why you see so many families that have never, ever been able to basically have that success and break those generational curses, because they never understood the importance of reprogramming their subconscious mind. They all just followed society, followed everything. That's all it was, right? I love my mom and my dad to death. But if it was up to them, I would be working a job and following in their footsteps. Not that working a job is any bad, right? I'm not talking down on jobs. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of you guys on this call work a job. So I'm not talking down on jobs. Not what I'm saying. All right. But I'm here to break generational curses and create generational wealth. So in order for me to do that, I got to be the one that's chosen, right? In the Bible, it says, many are called, but few are chosen. God chose me to be the one to break all those years, hundreds of years of bad programming. I got to be the one to break that. I got to break those old stories. All right? I got to be the one that breaks it. I got to be the one that breaks those limiting beliefs that says I'm not enough. Money is hard. Success isn't for people like me. Because that's what happens, right? This is what happens to a lot of people. People set goals. Think about it. People set goals at the beginning of the year. They're very famous for New Year's resolutions. Some of us may have set goals in October at the beginning of it. Like, yo, the fourth quarter is going to be my quarter. and you set a new goal and you read a new book and you listen to all the motivation in the world. But if the subconscious program is still running on the old story, eventually you will go back to it. I'm telling you. I am telling you that because I have experienced it myself. I have seen myself set a goal. I have seen myself make a decision. Yo, you know what, Nano? We're going to work towards this. This is my goal by the end of the year. This is my goal by the end of the quarter. And I'll read the books and I'll listen to the audios and I'll go to the events and I'll do all the motivation in the world. But guess what? A couple days in, maybe a weekend, that subconscious mind is still running on that old story. Nano, you're not enough, bro. Money is hard. Success isn't for people like you, bro. You're from the hood. And guess what? Eventually, I snapped back into the old version of Nano, back to sleeping in, back to smoking weed, back to not keeping my word, back to procrastination, back to not going to the gym, back to it. And you may wonder, well, Nano, why? Why does that happen, bro? It's because I haven't programmed my subconscious mind to think differently. So the game of life isn't about working harder, family. It's about changing the program. You got to change the program, because when you change the program, everything else changes. So here's the goal of this training. I haven't even started the training. I'm explaining to you guys things first so that you can get an idea of where we're going. The goal of this training is I'm going to teach you exactly how to reprogram your subconscious mind step by step by step. If you are willing to follow what I'm saying on this call right now, your life will change. Because let's all call it what it is, and let's be honest with ourselves. We've been on these calls since the beginning of the year. How many of us have actually tried to make a change in ourselves? How many of us have set goals, have set deadlines, have been consistent? And for some reason, no matter how much we've worked, no matter how many books we've read, no matter how many times we've written our goals down, for some reason, things haven't changed. Put a 1 in the chat box if I'm hitting it on the head right now for a lot of you. Because as I'm teaching you guys this, it's hitting me. Right? It's hitting me. Like, no matter how many times we jump on mornings with Nano, and it sounds good. Right? And it sounds so good. Yo, mornings with Nano, 5 days a week. Let's go. We read the books. We listen to the audios. We do the Bible study. Right? For some reason, it's still so hard to change. No matter how many books we read, no matter how many morning calls we jump on, no matter how many times we read the Bible, we still end up going back to that old programming. Bro, it's happened to me. It still happens to me till this day. Till this day. Am I a lot more improved in my subconscious? Have I worked on it a lot more? Absolutely. I can tell you that. But guys, it takes years, family. It takes years. And years and years and years. So I'm going to give you guys step by step on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. But you got to listen to me very closely, and you have to do exactly what I'm telling you right here on this call. This might be the most important call of the year right now if you're listening and if you apply it. Because you can listen to this training all you want, but if you are not applying what I'm about to tell you, another year is going to pass, and it's going to be next year, October 7, 2026, and you're going to be in the exact same place that you are right now. And you know what they say? You ever heard the quote that says the scariest place to be at next year is exactly where you are right now? That's the scariest thing for me. Imagine if a year from now, I am in the exact same place that I was this year. I agree. I agree, Queen Bee. I refuse to be in the same place again. But we gotta make the change, fam. We have to do the little things. The little things is that subconscious programming. So here are the 7 steps to changing your subconscious programming. Put a 777 in the chat if you're plugged in with me right now. Let's see who's plugged in with me right now. Because I'm gonna give you guys the sauce. I'm gonna give you guys the keys. And look, this comes from the highest of highest levels that it was taught to. This was taught to 7 and 8 figure earners, and it was given to me because I asked for it. Bob Proctor taught this to his 7 figure earners to help them get to 8 figures, but this is for every single one of you guys that are on this call. So please listen closely. Number 1, step 1 to reprogramming your subconscious mind is you got to decide your new self-image. You have to decide what the new self-image, the new way of thinking is going to be, right? Who does Kay want to be? Who does Michelle want to be? Who does Greg? Who does Jalen? Who does Bam Bam, Sophia, Isabella? Who do they want to be? Not what you want to have. Let me make that clear. It's not what you want to have. It's who do you want to be? Get specific. You got to get specific. Who do you want to be? And get clear. Write a clear statement. I am so-and-so. This is who I am. I am wealthy. I am confident. I am a decisive individual that creates success for other people. Who are you? What is that self-image? Who do you want to be? Think about it. Sit down. Get specific. You need a definite image of who you want to be. I am disciplined. Every day I show up for myself. I am in the best shape of my life. Money flows through me. I am financially abundant and free, etc., etc., etc. What does that person look like? And write it down using the words I am. Who are you? Who is the new version of Karina? Karina, I am so beautiful. I am so confident and disciplined with my ability to stay consistent on a day-to-day basis. Every day I show up. Every day I'm willing to do the work regardless of my challenges. I am a woman of God. I lead with God in the center. I am obedient. I am righteous. I am helping others get closer to the Lord. I am financially abundant. I have money flowing through me every single day. I am helping my family. I am building successful businesses. I am traveling the world, living my best life. I don't fall for temptations. My discipline is my superpower. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. Gratitude is overflowing through my heart every single day. I live in abundance. Everything works in my favor. Even the things that don't look like they're working in my favor, they do. I am a great mother. I am a great father. I am a great leader. I build empires. Guys, you create it. You create your new self-image. Make a decision. Think of the best version of who you are and create it. Think about this. Guys, this is the kind of work we have to do. I had to sit down in my journal and I had to decide who that Nano was. Who is that Nano? What is Nano's self-image? Because I created this self-image right now. The one that you guys are seeing right now on this call right now, I created this one. Right? I saw it, I wrote it down, and I became the 6-figure earner that lives in Miami, travels the world, etc., etc., etc. I created this one. I don't take no credit for it. All the credit goes to the Lord always first. Let me put that out there. But this was the image that I thought about and I said, this is what I want. This is who I want to be. But this got me here. What's going to get me there? Right? This got me here. What's going to get me there? So step one is you got to decide the new self-image. Step two, you have to emotionalize it. Emotionalize it. What does that mean, Nano? Twice a day, you got to close your eyes and you got to feel the new identity. You got to imagine already having it. This is the thing that a lot of us are not doing. I've mentioned this many times. A lot of us, we don't visualize enough. How many of us are sitting down every single day in your house, outside, whatever you're doing, closing your eyes and seeing yourself as that new version, that seven-figure earner that is disciplined, that is in the best shape of their lives. Money is flowing through you. Abundance is your birthright. You have a great relationship with God and your higher power, and you're just sitting there and you're seeing yourself and you're visualizing it and you're emotionalizing it. Twice a day. We check our phones every day. We check Instagram every day. We call people every day. But how many times are we taking the time to close our eyes and visualize our future version of us? Come on, guys. Why do you think so many people don't program themselves for success? Because people don't do this work. How many people you know are actually taking time to close their eyes and emotionalize the future version of themselves? And those are the same people that are stuck year after year, making the same exact money year after year, struggling financially year after year, because they don't do the work. Something as easy as taking 10 minutes twice a day to visualize the future version of you. But the thing is, here's the thing. Some people don't even know what the future version of them is, so they don't even do the work. What would you visualize if you don't even know what the future version of you looks like? You can't visualize something you can't see. If I were to ask you, close your eyes. What's the color of your car? What's the color of your refrigerator? What's the color of your room? You can think about it. You know why? Because you know what it looks like. You know what the color of your car. You know what the color of your refrigerator is. Okay, this is an exercise. Let me actually look at an exercise that they did to me to help me understand visualization and to know that it works, right? If everybody could real quick, everybody close your eyes real quick, right? If you're listening to this, close your eyes, right? And real quick, I want you to think of your refrigerator. We all have a refrigerator in our house, real quick. Now, as we're sitting there, take a deep breath. All right, real quick. What color is your refrigerator? Think about it, right? At this point, you probably already see it. You know what color your refrigerator is. How many doors does your refrigerator has? All right, does it have 2 doors? Does it have 1 door, 3 doors? How many doors does your refrigerator have? All right, think about this now as well. Does your refrigerator open from side to side, or does it open up and down? How does it open? Does it open from left to right? Right to left? Does it open in the middle? How does it open? Where's your freezer? Is your freezer at the bottom? Is your freezer at the top? Where is it? Think about this. I want you guys to think about these things. Right? Now open your eyes real quick in the chat box. What color is your refrigerator? Did you see it in your mind when I asked you the question? Right? What color is your refrigerator? Let me know in the chat. My refrigerator is gray. Right? We have some here. All right. How many doors does your refrigerator have? Let me know in the chat. Stainless steel. We have some white. 2 doors. Mine has 3 doors. Now, question. Does your refrigerator open in the middle? Does it open from left to right, right to left? How does your refrigerator open? Right? Let me know in the chat box. In the middle, right? In the middle. We have some beige refrigerators, right? Left to right. Right, left to right, etc. Silver. Right? I have my I can't even I even see what's inside. Exactly. Right? If you look at my refrigerator, look, my refrigerator is right here. Right? I have all the nice things right there. It opens in the middle. I have all the magnets from all the countries I visited, etc. Right? I have everything there. Okay. For my Instagram to see it as well. This is my refrigerator right here. So when I close my eyes, I was able to, even though it's right there next to me, I could have been anywhere in the world. I could have been anywhere in the world and I could visualize this exact same refrigerator right here. I could see it clearly. I could see it clearly. Like, no doubt. There was no doubt that I knew the color of it. I knew from how it opened. I knew that my freezer was at the bottom. I knew all of it. The same way that you can sit down and you can visualize your refrigerator is the same way that you can visualize the future version of you, but you have to be able to create it first. You got to emotionalize it. You got to close your eyes and you got to feel the new identity. You got to feel yourself being consistent, being disciplined, being abundant, being grateful, being that version of you. Because right now you may be in a situation in your life where you're not grateful, where you're broke, where things are not working in your favor, where you're struggling and things. And the thing is that that's what you're emotionalizing. That's the thing. Guys, I know what it's like. Trust me. I know what it's like to be struggling, broke, things not going for you. And guess what? That's what you emotionalize because that's what you feel. You feel the brokenness. You feel the sadness. You feel the stress. Remember, your subconscious mind is the soil. It doesn't care what you plant. So that's what I be planting. And then things happen in my life that make me more stressed, more broke, more of that. But it's just a reflection of what I'm planting. I'm not creating anything new. And I'm just in this constant loop. You're just in this constant loop. And you know what's the thing? You are unconscious, incompetent about it, which means you don't know, so you can't do. Isn't that messed up when you think about it? You are unconscious, incompetent. You don't know that this is even happening to you. You don't know how it's happening to you, and you don't even know how to change it. That is what's happening to so many people in the world right now. They don't even know what's happening to them, and they don't even know how to change it. Isn't that insane to think about? So sad. It's actually, it breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart to know that people don't know this information. This information is by far one of the most important things that I have ever taught you guys on this call. People don't know this. They don't know. Some of us on this call, we've heard this and we still don't know. You know why? Because to know and to not do is to not know at all. It's the truth. It's the truth. I see it every day. We have to do it every day, guys. You got to set alarms on your phone to remind you, yo, I got to close my eyes and I got to see myself as the future version of myself. I got to see it. I got to emotionalize it. Bro, I used to get so emotional with my visualizations, guys. I would cry. I would come out of visualizations and you would think that something happened to somebody in my life. Because I would come out of them crying because I was so emotionally involved in the visualizations that I would see myself hugging my mom and my dad and them thanking me for buying them the house and retiring them and I remember seeing my leaders crying to me like, Nano, thank you, bro, for believing in me, bro. We did it. When they're making $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, they retired their families. They paid for that big surgery. They're investing in their parents' health. And bro, you cry because you're emotionalizing it. Remember, the subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or what's fake. It gives you what you plant and what you emotionalize it. There's no reason. The subconscious mind doesn't think. It doesn't, there's no thinking, there's no reason. If I sit down and I visualize myself as the future version of Nano, making 7 figures, traveling the world in the best shape of his life, leader of leaders, man of God, etc., 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 the subconscious mind is going to be like, well, perfect, thank you. You planted that. Here you go. That's it. It's not going to be like, well, no, bro, this is fake. You're broke. This is not you. It's not going to say that. It doesn't reason. Right? It doesn't reason. It doesn't be like, oh, well, no. It says, this is what you want. This is what you planted. Okay, great. Here's the seed. Now let's water it. So number 2 is you got to emotionalize it, guys. Please. And remember, here's the thing. You got to do this step by step. So you can't do number 2 without number 1. You can't emotionalize something that you haven't created. Number 3 now. Repetition with auto-suggestion. Repetition with auto-suggestion is number 3. You got to write the new self-image down every morning and every night, and you got to speak it out loud with conviction, not as hope, but as truth. This is muscle memory for the mind. Repetition forces the new program. You guys want to listen? Listen to this. Listen to what I wrote this morning, just so that you guys kind of have an idea. Listen to this. And I'm going to speak it with conviction because that's what it says. Write down the new self-image every morning and every night. Speak it out loud with conviction, not as hope, but as truth. Listen to this. Thank you, God, for this amazing day. I am overflowed with gratitude. Everything is working in my favor. I expect miracles and I get miracles. I am experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life. My relationship with Jesus Christ is the best that it's ever been. I am being obedient and I'm living righteously. I don't fall for temptations and I serve my purpose at the highest level. My finances are organized and overflowing. Money flows to me and through me abundantly. There's no lack in my life. I have more than enough. I am in the best shape of my life. My discipline is my superpower. I am vibrating at the highest level of the emotional guidance scale. Peace, joy, empowerment, abundance, etc. That's what flows through me. Everything always works out for me. I am taking care of my family financially. I pay all their bills. I invest into their health and I buy them whatever they want and they need. I love my life and everything that is in it. Thank you, Jesus, for all of it. I wrote that down this morning. What is that right there? That's a reflection of the future version of my life. Now, is there a lot more to it? Absolutely. But that was a part of it that I wrote today, this morning. I wrote that down today. That's what I believe. That's the future version of me right there. And then I wrote my goals down right under that. I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning so and so and so amount. What am I doing? I am repetition with auto-suggestion. Repetition with auto-suggestion. I am speaking it as if it is already done. I am in the best shape of my life. My discipline is my superpower. I am vibrating at the highest level of the emotional guidance scale. Peace, joy, empowerment, abundance, etc. flows through me. Everything always works out in my favor. I am taking care of my family financially. I pay all their bills, invest into their health, and I buy them whatever they want. Listen to the words, fam. I am experiencing quantum leaps in all areas of my life. My relationship with Jesus Christ is the best that it's ever been. I am being obedient. I am living righteously. I don't fall for temptations and I serve my purpose at the highest level. My finances are organized and overflowing. Money flows to me and through me abundantly. There is no lack in my life. No lack. I have more than enough. I could have sat down and I could have wrote 5 pages of my future life. telling you. I'm telling you, this is what it takes. I was writing those, the way I'm writing it down now, that's what I was writing to create the life that I'm living now. The life you see me living today, I wrote those things down years ago. And it happened. Now I got to create the future version of me. I am earning 7 figures a year. I am earning multiple 7 figures a year. I have more than enough money. My credit score is above 800. All my taxes are paid. I am a leader of leaders. Alpha Society has an active members of 5,000 plus people. I am being invited all around the world to speak on stages in English and in Spanish. I am overbooked. My retreats sell out the moment that I release them. My book has become a New York Times bestseller. Guys, you have to speak these things. You can't just keep it to yourself. Every day, every day, every day, repetition, 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 repetition. Because here's the thing, if you don't repeat this, then you're going to repeat the old version. I'm broke. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sad. I'm stressed. I'm not enough. I'm ugly. My thing this, my thing that. So you're going to, if you don't repeat this, you'll repeat the other thing. You choose what you want to repeat. So number 3 is repetition. Write down the self-image every morning and every night. Every night, every night, every night. Write it down, write it down. Every night, every night, every morning, every night. You have to do it. You get to do this. If you do this every day, guys, I'm telling you, all your problems will disappear. Everything that you're going through right now, you will not go through it starting 2026. But you got to do the work. So that's number 3. Number 4, let's go through this because I got 7 steps for y'all. But give me 10 more minutes and we're done here. Number 4, replace the environment. Nano, what do you mean by that? Cut off conversations, media, and people that reinforce the old you. Even if it's just for a season. People that are going to get you back into the old version of you, let them go. If you know that smoking is holding you back, let it go. Drinking on the weekends, let it go. That girl, that boy that's just distracting you and keeping you off your guard, let them go. Everybody got to go. Those social media platforms that you're following that are toxic, let them go. Unfollow them. Unfollow Worldstar. Unfollow Justin LeBoy. Unfollow all of that stuff that will reinforce the old you. Stop the weed. Stop the drinking. Stop the vaping. Stop all of it. If it reinforces the old you, you got to let it go. Got to let it go, man. I'm sorry. I've been there. I know what it's like, and it's hard. And it's hard. Oh my God, man. It was hard to stop smoking. It was hard to let go of it wasn't even letting go of friends. I just had to keep my distance. Love them to death. Love them to death. Will never cut off my friends that I started with day ones. But for a season, I had to separate myself so I can elevate. I had to. Because if not, they would reinforce the old me. If you know a coworker brings that back, how would you approach it? Have a conversation with them. Let them know the journey and the path that you're on. Be like, yo, I'm on this journey, and I need you to know that you reinforce a lot of the old me. I need you to encourage the new me. Speak to the new version of me. Not the old version of me, the new version of me. I'm telling you, this is what it takes, guys. I promise you. I promise you, if you do what I'm telling you right now, everything will change for you. But you got to change the environment. Surround yourself with the new version of you. Get in those rooms. Create a new circle. Find people that are on the same path as you. Right? Look, right now, we're doing a accountability chat. Now, obviously, it's not mine, so um I can't add anybody in here. But look, let me just give you guys an example of this. Look at this. Right in this chat, there's an accountability chat that I was added to by one of my mentors. Right, and basically, I would add one of you guys in here. But look, in this chat, everybody is literally dropping down their stories. Right, their stories. And look, let's read this guy right here. Let's just take a read at this guy right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me download this so you guys can see it a little better. Right, look at this. Let me stop sharing. I just downloaded it. Let me show you guys this. Look at what he just wrote. This is what he wrote. What am I doing? I'm surrounding myself with people that are on the same type of time. Look at this. Let me read this to you guys as much as I can. Right? I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, I see that you guys can see it. Right? So look, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to try to read as much as I can. At the top, he says, I am so happy and grateful now that I am earning 100,000 per month in profit. All of my businesses are growing. My company, e-commerce affiliates, has 25 to 50 active, I would say, representatives, etc. Boom, boom, boom. And then, and I'll read under that. My personal brand has blown up. People are the world follow me for nav advice and guidance. Sorry, I can't read a lot of it. Tremendous value to the lives of all my followers and community members. Companies I align reach out to me for brand deals. And the time now, I have a close circle of millionaire friends, and we do a ton of big business together. We help push, motivate, and hold each other accountable. I live a healthy lifestyle. I work out daily, eat clean, long walks with King. I am in the best shape of my life. I am in the top 1% of health performance for my age bracket. I have the most amazing and loving supporting partner. We elevate each other, and together we are unstoppable. We live in our dream house. We drive our dream cars, and we're raising a beautiful and healthy family, 3 boys and 2 girls. We host friends and family often. We travel the world consistently. We live our lives and enjoy it to the fullest. Everyone around me is happy, healthy, wealthy, well off. Our lives are a true blessing. Thank you, God, for everything. This is exactly what I have worked and prayed for. What is he doing right there? He is speaking his future. It's a beautiful statement. Beautiful, beautiful statement, guys. This is what it takes. And this is every day. Every single day we got to do this. You can't slip up on this. Every day it has to be done. Twice a day. Twice a freaking day. Think about this, guys. Are we doing this kind of work? Right? Because if you're not doing this kind of work, you're missing out. You're not subconsciously programmed. It doesn't matter if you read all the books in the world, if you go get the job of your dreams, all this stuff, eventually you will fall back into the old version of you, fam. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. So number 4 is replace the old environment. Number 5, act from the new self-image. You got to act from it now. That's the key. You got to act from this new self-image. Don't wait until you feel ready. Begin behaving as if you are already that person. Wake up at that time. Vibrate at that time. Do everything as if you were already that person. What would the elevated version of you be doing right now? What time would they wake up? How would they, what would their routine look like? What food would they eat? How would they speak? How would they walk? How would they dress? Remember, the body follows the mind, but the mind catches up with the body's actions. You got to act from that new self-image. You got to act as if. My only friends right now is Alpha Society. You have a good group of friends. Alpha Society is a great group to be in. It's the truth. And then number 6, persist through the terror barrier. Because here's the thing. When the subconscious mind resists, when the fear starts to come in, the doubt, the procrastination, recognize it as the barrier. Proof that the paradigm is being challenged. Don't retreat, but push through. So when those fears come in, those doubts, those fears, you know what that means? Yo, you're breaking through. You're challenging the subconscious mind. That's what it means. That's a good thing. That is great. That's good that that's happening. That means you're almost there. You're breaking through. Keep pushing, keep pushing. And then last but not least, number 7, reinforce that new programming until it's automatic. Keep going until it feels natural. That's when you know the subconscious mind has accepted the new image. This is not motivation. Everything I said today is not motivation. It is reprogramming. That's number 7, reinforce until. Number 6 was persist through the terror barrier. Persist through the terror barrier. So whenever you have those doubts, those fears, those insecurities come back in, that's a good thing. Persist through it. Persist through it. Because that's your subconscious mind resisting it. Because you're changing. Remember, you're changing. You're changing. And if you want to add another step to it, I always say this as well. Out of sight, out of mind, insight in mind. Start putting things of the future where you want to go. Paste your goals, your vision board, everything, everywhere. So you can see it consistently over and over and over and over and over again. Game changing. Let it become you. And I'm telling you guys right now, if all of you are willing to practice these 7 steps for the rest of the year, 2026 will be the biggest year of your life. And you will come back to this training and you would remember, yo, I remember the training Nano did on Tuesday, October 7th, that changed all of our lives because he taught us how to reprogram our subconscious mind. And that's all we needed. That's all you need. When we reprogram this, everything will change. Your whole life will be different. Your whole life will be completely different. Dude, I remember when I would say, yo, I'm going to fill up my passport. And today I look at my passport and it's filled. It's filled everywhere I go. I remember writing down, and my passport is filled. And now today I travel and look, my passport is filled. Almost 20 pages filled of stamps. This passport only has 26 pages. I've already filled 20 pages. And this passport expires in 2032. I'm going to need a new passport before then. By next year, this passport will be filled. I'm going to have to buy a new passport. Can you imagine that? I used to write these things down years ago. I'm going to fill up my passport. And look, it's happening. Now we got to create new goals. Some of the things that I write down, I am staying in the best 5-star resorts in the world, drinking the finest wines, traveling first class. Business class has become the standard. There you go. Vero said, crazy. A year ago, I wrote, I'd moved to a new place. I was broke, but I still wrote it down. This year, I'm in my own apartment in a whole new place. There you go, Vero. That's how this works. The same way you wrote that down, Vero, is the same way you can now continue to create what you want for the future. But we have to do the work. I'm telling you guys, I've done this work so many times. And everything that I've ever wrote down in these journals, everything that I've ever visualized, all of it has come to pass. Thanks to the Lord. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for all of it. But it says it in the Bible. It says it in the Bible. You got to write down the vision and make it plain. And you got to have faith. You got to believe that it's going to happen. It says it in the Bible. You got to be diligent. Diligence is staying true every day. Every day you got to use your gifts. There's so many stories in the Bible that enforce this so much. But people don't do it. People don't want to do the work. People don't want to be disciplined. This is the work that if you do this work, remember, I didn't tell you guys go work 8 hours. I told you guys to write your goals down, visualize them, repeat them every day, over and over and over again. Read them out loud. Cut off friends and family and people that are not in alignment with your purpose right now. Do it every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And your life will change. So if you guys got value from today's call, put a 777 in the chat box. If you guys got value. The training that I taught you guys today is one of the most important trainings that you guys could ever learn and apply in your life. I'm telling you guys right now, this subconscious programming, if applied properly, not only would it help you change your life, but it'll help you change generations' lives to come. Remember, this is going to help you also make sure that the subconscious program that is installed in your kids is different. This is a generational programming right here. This training is worth millions of dollars if applied. I would highly recommend you to listen to this training again and take notes and apply it. It is recorded. Yes, you got to come to YouTube, though, if you want to listen to it. It's on YouTube. Just look up Mornings with Neno and apply it. Trust me, guys, please. If there's ever a training that I pray to God that you guys apply, is the one that I just taught you guys right now. You can forget about every training I've ever taught you. This is the one right here that we got to apply. Every other training is great. The 7 keys to success and how to be more disciplined and leadership and all of these things that I've taught you guys. Great, great trainings, fam. But this is the one. So the 7 steps, I'm going to cover them one more time. Number 1 is decide the new self-image. Decide the new self-image. Number 2, emotionalize it. Twice a day, close your eyes and feel the new identity. Imagine yourself already having it. And remember, use all the senses. What you can see, hear, touch, smell, and taste, do it. Number 3 is repetition with auto-suggestion. Write the new self-image down every morning and night and speak it out loud. Remember, you got to speak it out loud, right? One thing that I do is I walk around my house speaking these things. Speak it out loud. Remember, there's a frequency, there's a vibration when you speak. Whatever we speak about, we bring about. Don't just read it to yourself. Speak it out loud. Go in the bathroom. Go to the park. Go somewhere where you can speak it out loud. All right, that's number 3, right? Yes. Number 4, replace the environment. Cut off conversations, media, people, all of the stuff that reinforce the old you, and surround yourself with new people. Number 5, act from the new self-image. Act as if. What would the best version of you be doing right now? How would they act? How would they talk? How would they think? How would they, etc.? Number 6, persist through the terror barrier. All right. When your mind tries to persist you and stop you, persist through it. And then number 7, reinforce until automatic. Keep going until it changes, until it becomes automatic, until what you were writing down comes to pass. That's the game changer, and that's the key. All right, guys. So with that being said, that is today's training. I knew it was going to be a little bit longer than usual, but this training right here is worth millions, and it's worth generational curses and generational wealth if applied. But we got to apply. So I'm not going to say if applied, when applied. You got to apply it. You have to apply this. One of the most important trainings I've done this year, if not the most important training, was today on this day, October 7th. All right, guys. So I pray you guys have a beautiful rest of the day. All right. People paid millions of dollars for the training I just gave you guys for free. People paid millions. I'm telling you. because I know from who this information was given to me. People paid a lot of money for the training I just gave you guys for free. One day, somebody's going to pay me hundreds and thousands of dollars for the same training I just gave you guys for free. Please take advantage of this. I know that sometimes it's easy to take for granted the stuff that we get for free, the things that we get for easy, right? Because think about it. If you would have paid me right now, if each of you would have paid me $10,000 for this training, remember, the more you pay, the more you pay attention. The more you pay, the more you pay attention. You guys got this for free. Don't let the fact that it was for free just take it for granted. Act like act like you paid me $100,000 for this training today. And watch, it'll change everything for you. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I know a lot of people reached out to me for the crypto training. I am officially opening up my mentorship this week. I was gone in El Salvador. I know a couple of you guys, I see some of the names. Kaylin, I know you reached out to me. A couple of other you guys reached out to me for the crypto. I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys today so I can get your numbers and I can get plugged in with you guys so that way I can get you guys plugged into my mentorship for the fourth quarter for crypto, so we can help you guys set up your portfolios and put you guys in a position to win and to elevate. So for everybody that reached out to me for crypto, I already got you guys in my DMs. I see you guys there. I'm going to reach back out to you guys today, get your numbers so that we can jump on a call and we can get you guys set up. If anybody else is interested in learning about crypto and how to put themselves in position for the fourth quarter, just DM me crypto and I'll get you guys plugged in. All right, guys. So with that being said, that is the end of the call. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Quick prayer and we out of here. Quick prayer. Everybody bow your heads and let's pray. Father God, we want to say thank you so much for this amazing day that has been filled with your wisdom, your knowledge, and your guidance. We are so grateful for all the information that was shared today on this call. And I want to thank you so much on behalf of the whole entire community for all the work that you're doing for us. But now more than ever, we understand that we got to work on ourselves subconsciously. We have to change within so that we can change the outside. And now more than ever, we are committed and we are disciplined to change the inside, to reprogram those old beliefs, Father. And we ask that you put your hand over us and you give us the strength to eliminate any doubts, any fears, any insecurities, any limitations that don't align with our higher version of ourselves. Anything that doesn't align with you, God, we want to remove it from us, Father. But we also want you to give us the strength to show up every day, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of how tired we are, regardless of what's happening in our lives. We want to show up. So give us that strength to show up even on the days we don't feel like it, because we are committed to the future version of ourselves. We are committed to the example that we want to see in the rest of the world. And most importantly, we are committed to making sure that we put you at the center of everything, because you are everything for us, God. So we thank you so much. We appreciate you. Everything that we do is for your praise and for your glory. And in your name we pray. Amen. 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 Everybody, enjoy your days. God bless you guys. If you haven't visualized, go do it. If you haven't write down your goals, go plan them out. Go practice those 7 steps. Put them on your board. Put them somewhere. Remind yourself of it every single day. And just know that we are about to change the game for the better. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your days. God bless you guys. And I will see you guys back here again tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time on Instagram and on YouTube. Enjoy, fam. God bless.